In what way was Adam's battle cat Cringer something that strength itself would shy away from? Then, being timid, we cringe. Not having the strength ourselves. Where though then strength looks at us and things then cringe because they are reduced to nothing. Not having the strength to move otherwise. In a way which wouldn't promote the thing's cowardice. However, to be timid, to be shy, were then to be something that strength would cringe at how frail we are. Is this simply the intent not to overstep our bounds? Then, though, to call upon anything, must it have movement? Then these timid things have no other way to move but in one in which things that are great would then call cringy. Then I open up the statement as such, for I simply sought the words to begin what it is that I wish to say. Feeling a little cringy, then opening up with cringe. That then I could show that I wish not to overstep my bounds. then, though, being seen as cringy. But is this not simply being something of great manner? Then opening it up and leading into then this. To then open up the manner. That way the manner itself can be a manner and not an overbearing shackle. Of a demanding sort. Then this thing I hold feels like graphite in my hands. Where itself used to make things move. Then I seek to get a good grip on it. Then I see movement as a form that then drives someone. Where that structure of movement is full of curves and calculations. Where then, how should I choose to see this structure? A structure that moves me to graph its structure. Where then, what am I moved by? Am I moved by a structure that is lifeless? Then I choose to see it as living. Then this graphite in my hands isn't just some sketch on some plans. But then I'm far from seeing the graph. This thing I hold that's driving me crazy. Is it better held lifeless? Lines and curves on a piece of paper? Boxes that then fill me with courage, then I don't cringe at the curves. Then with a little courage, I overcome the cringe. But then, where's my clear aspect of graphite? I don't want to be driven crazy. I don't want this life. I want to be unconscious and unaware of these curves, of these lines. I want my boxes. That then the graphite isn't dirty. It's metallic. It flows through my fingers. Maybe even like hair. There's no cringe there. But maybe there's no courage either. But are those curves what motivate me to find those boxes? Or else why would I seek to draw them? Can I draw them without seeing these curves and becoming cringy? I just want to draw them and see nothing. I just want to see them on a plane, spread out. What I draw isn't here, isn't there. So spread out pretty much nowhere. Then it's just me drawing. The curves then have no meaning, but could I then call them beautiful even on a piece of paper? Would I then even be driven to graph anything? Then should I seek to graph no more? In seeking to grasp what I graph, I lose sight of the graph. I lose sight of why I'd even want to and what the graph's for. In saying it's sick makes me cringe. I just want to be clean. But then with this, is there cleanliness? Can one know clean without knowing? But then in knowing, you look at the graph, you look at the curves. The graphite is no longer this silken pleasure running through your fingers, spinning the wheels. It's skin rubbing up against skin. And then you're told you need to be clean. By then being moved by the feeling of skin on skin. And then you can feel clean. Should I pay attention to cleanliness or dirtiness? I guess only if I'm interested in what it is I graph. I want clean lines. When I draw the curve, I want to feel it. Then what of me sitting here in soliloquy? What would this be called, huh? Is it not just right? By feeling wrong? I'm not even doing anything, but hey, I think it would still be called cringy.